We want to thank everyone who's been involved and believed in the mission of the Buyamba Soles project. Who knew that those little beads rolled out of discarded paper would make such a profound difference in the lives of the Ugandan women? When we began this project, we came up with the tagline, Buyamba Soles, helping souls in need. We thought it was a clever play on words, but it wasn't until our recent trip back to Uganda that we realized just how prophetic it was. We all went into this endeavor thinking we could help the women of Uganda by creating jobs and paying them a fair wage for the beads, which we did. But something much more important came out of this that none of us could have imagined. Houses were built, land was purchased, food and medicine are now available, and many children for the first time in their lives are attending school. But more importantly, we learned that lives were changed and that hope emerged in a place where it had never existed. When we first arrived at the little building behind the health clinic, think AIDS clinic, the women had already gathered, and there was so much excitement within the group as they first greeted us with songs and dance. These are just a few of the heartwarming stories we heard on our recent visit. One woman, who supports her 6 grandchildren, gave an incredible testimony of what the work meant to her. Hope was the key. She was literally transformed as the work not only gave her an income, but more importantly gave her hope for the future of her grandchildren. For the first time, she was able to send many of her grandchildren to school. She told us that she was HIV positive and was an outcast from her village, but that coming to work every day with all the other women helped her feel alive and part of something. Another mother took us to the house that she built with the money she earned making the beads. She told us month by month what she was able to buy to build the house. First month, 1,000 bricks. Second month, sand and mortar. Third month, more bricks. We stood in the little 2-bedroom brick house and we looked up to see the roof partially finished and patched, realizing of course just how important it is that we continue this project. We stood on a little plot of land that another woman purchased with the money she earned making beads. She told us that she was HIV positive and that before the Buyamba project came along, she had considered just stopping her medicine. Life was so difficult that she was ready to die. But now, for the first time in her life, she's excited about her future. We heard so many similar stories from so many women. They feel for the first time a sense of belonging, a sense of purpose, hope for the future, and knowledge that they can make a difference in the lives of their children and families. But there have also been some surprising and wonderful results of this project. We learned that this is one of the first projects ever where women of all backgrounds, different tribes, nationalities, and religions came together, supported each other, and worked side by side. If you know anything about the history and violence that has plagued Africa for so many years, due to religious and tribal differences, you understand the significance of these women coming together. It was also pointed out to us that AIDS has affected so many people in Uganda that the sick are now outcast and shunned. Their little bead factory behind the health clinic is bringing together both the sick and healthy, and they are now working side by side and supporting one another. We saw firsthand the power of that little handmade bead, each one as unique and beautiful as the woman who helped to make it. And we thank you for all your support.